European Parliament's Hungarian MP Marton Gyöngyösi, we cannot solve the migrant crisis without Turkey. Marton Gyöngyösi, a Hungarian MEP in the European Parliament, said the recent migrant crisis could not be solved without Turkey. Turkey is one of the most important allies of the European Union, EU, in geopolitical, commercial, and political terms, said Marton Gyöngyösi, a Hungarian MP in the European Parliament, EP. The migration crisis of a few years ago reminded us how important Turkey is to the EU and that this problem cannot be solved without Turkey. So are the crises in the Middle East and North Africa. It is clear that without Turkey, it is much more difficult to provide a solution, he said. Independent MP Gyöngyösi, who was elected to the EP from the Jobbik party in Hungary and is a member of the Foreign Relations Committee, answered questions from an A correspondent on Turkey-EU relations, the Eastern Mediterranean and Cyprus. We should focus on areas that will facilitate and improve relations. Gyöngyösi said, noting that EU-Turkey relations can be better. In the current situation, developments in the Eastern Mediterranean are straining relations. Something concrete must be done about this quickly, he said. It should not become an ideological issue. At the heart of the problems in the Eastern Mediterranean is the divided island of Cyprus. If the Cyprus issue is resolved, complex problems such as maritime borders in the Eastern Mediterranean and the sharing of gas resources can also be solved quickly. The phrase used. Gyöngyösi noted that the intransigence between the EU and Turkey should not turn into an ideological struggle. This is clearly a positive step that calms the situation, Gyöngyösi said of the return of the Oruc Reis research ship to the port of Antalya. The key to the problem is Cyprus. I believe that Turks and Greeks are the local peoples of the island. They need to share the resources of the island and the surrounding seas. The only way to achieve this is to recognize that the Turkish Cypriots have equal rights on the island. This issue is solved by the fact that the Turks and Greeks in Cyprus have an equal share both politically and economically. I would be happy to see a negotiation process here, he said. The EU is completely disconnected from this whole process. Gyöngyösi stressed that issues related to the Eastern Mediterranean cannot be resolved permanently until the Cyprus problem is resolved, and made the following assessments. What I see is that the EU is completely disconnected from the whole process. There was an plan to reach a compromise on Cyprus. Northern Cyprus approved the referendum on this, while the Greeks rejected it. As a result, no solution was achieved. When the Greek Cypriots entered the EU in 2004, we internalized a problem. At that time, the EU should have asked the Greeks to first resolve the problem and then come back and reapply for membership. I think it was a historic mistake that the EU made. EU integration should have been delayed after the Cyprus referendum. This would quickly change the minds of the Greeks and make them part of the solution. Turkey is one of the most important allies of the EU in geopolitical, commercial, and political terms. The migration crisis of a few years ago reminded us how important Turkey is to the EU and that this problem cannot be solved without Turkey. So are the crises in the Middle East and North Africa. It is clear that without Turkey, it is much more difficult to provide a solution. He made his assessment. If we know exactly what the other side wants, we can work on this issue and improve relations. If Turkey wants to become a member of the EU, it must accept the terms and conditions of this and work on this issue, Gyöngyösi said, pointing to the importance of revealing how Turkey aims for a future relationship with the EU. But if Turkey has given up on this goal, this is also not a problem. In England, he found a different solution in this way. In the future, some EU countries may make this choice, and this is not a problem. But here it is necessary to put honesty into the equation. If we know exactly what the other side wants, we can work on it and improve relationships, said. The EU is economically dependent on its close neighbors, such as Turkey. The new type of coronavirus, COVID-19, reveals how fragile the global economy is, Gyöngyösi said. The epidemic has revealed how connected economies and countries are to each other. I think we need to move forward by strengthening economic ties. We have to try to find areas of cooperation. Our economies are dependent on each other. The EU is an economic project at the end of the job. The EU is economically dependent on its close neighbors, such as Turkey. The real thing is economic integration, and we must work for it. Everyone needs to see the benefits of this kind of economic integration. As for economic integration, when we look at the past years, we can see that both the EU and Turkey have benefited greatly from cooperation.